VoxWave now features a streaming radio media player on our website's front page, where local artists can get their music played 24/7. For more information on getting your music in rotation or to perform live at our studio, contact Reg Gaskins at 240-832-4455.
Android users, the VoxWave app is now available in the Google Play Store. Download the app today on your Android device to listen in and view programs.
Business owners looking for a place to advertise your business and promote your products and services? VoxWave is the right place. We have over 10,000 views a day and 70,000 listeners a month. For more information, contact Reg Gaskins at 240-832-4455.
The world's #1 streaming music station, VoxWave.com.
We have your favorite shows on VoxWave.com. Check out our lineup. The Kim Show, Mondays, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. In the End We Win with Curtis, Mondays, 8:15 p.m. to 9:15 p.m. Cooking with Flavors with your host, Chef Flavors, Tuesday, 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Slick Daddy Rick, Heartbeat Congo Hour, Tuesday, 8 to 10 p.m. Impact the World Radio TV Show with Cheryl Woods, Wednesday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. The Digital Digest with your host, Digital Ace, Wednesdays, 3 to 5 p.m. Live Set Wednesdays with your host, Frank Dent, Wednesdays, 8 to 9 p.m. The BGKH Show with your hosts, Dominion and Epic, Wednesdays, 9:15 to 10:15 p.m. You, Math, and Me with George Randall, Thursdays, 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Then, on Thursdays at 5:30 p.m., The Prayer, Praise, and Deliverance with Elder Thurman Gorman Jr., The 640 Evening Show, Thursdays, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. The Peace in the Morning Show with your host, Darius A. Stanton, co-host, Delicate Daryl Barnes, and Queen Ayakidobi, Fridays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. The Hall Street Journal with your host, Robert Hall, and co-host Clarence Sanders, Fridays, 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Frank, The Success Principles, Friday, 12 noon to 1 p.m. Chanel's 3 Cents, Friday, 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. The Daryl Allen Harrison II Crime Victims Foundation Show, hosted by Daryl Harrison II, every Friday from 3 to 4:30 p.m. The Rush Hour with DJ Drew and Janique, every Friday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Different Minds Show, hosted by DJ Bam 640 and DJ Andre Michael, and your co-host, MC Fran, every Friday, 9:15 p.m. to 11:15 p.m. The Healer Blues Show, with host Ron Jackson, every Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Hour of Power, with your host, Reverend Winters Rogers, every Saturday, 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. And again, the Prayer, Praise, and Deliverance with Elder Thurman Gorman Jr., Saturday, 11 p.m. to 12 p.m. And don't forget Four Sisters Live Talk, Saturday at 12:30 to 2:30 p.m. Turning dreams into reality talk show with your host, Tashika L. Green, every second Saturday, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Walk in Newness 24/7 with Missionary Antoinette, Saturdays, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. News, ULM, news and analysis, information, sports, and black history. With your news anchor, Roderick Carter Willis, 4:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Step your game up with the Youth Project, hosted by DJ Main and DJ Low Hefe, Saturday, 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And don't miss The To Go Show with Kim Brown, Saturdays 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. I Am Dr. Sharon Show, each Sunday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., featuring The Grind, Entrepreneur Network Spotlight, and Write the Book Now. The Riri Williams Show, Fashion and Style Hour, every first Sunday from 3 to 4 p.m. Real Talk 101, Sundays 6 to 8 p.m. And every third Sunday from 3 to 4 p.m., the Third Sunday Tea Talk Show with Dr. Akita Pearson. Gospel Live TV Show with host Gloria Mello, each Sunday from 8:15 p.m. to 9:15 p.m. Listen to all your favorite shows on VoxWave.com.
VoxWave.com.
VoxWave.com, streaming your favorite jazz, blues, and R&B 24/7.
This is Darius, say Stanton. Welcome to the Peace of the Morning Show. Baby, come on, man. Darius, say Stanton.
We gonna give you some info so we can reach it in and out, in and out, in and out.
Baby, come on, man.
Friday, 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 Friday,
Come on, man.
Friday, Friday, Friday.
What's the beat now?
Your feet is back. Let's dance. Let's dance to the drummer's beat. Let's dance. Let's dance to the drummer's beat. Let's dance. Just get up, bust your seat. Come on, let's dance. Let's dance.
Come on, a little body for your soul. To add to the rest of T&D soul, to keep your body in step. A combination of hip hop, pumping and non-stop. Gives the crowd a notion, from motion to they drop. Anatomy moves to the bass that pounds, and the sound the percussion is throwing down. And I found that no song is complete without the ample example of the funkiest beat. Bass drum, snare drum. You know you want some rhythm that will move and groove you is the outcome. Get up, don't sit, it's not over yet. Have a musical bit, I wanna see you sweat. Hit the cards with a bullet, and we just begun. You think you're dancing now? Just wait for the album. 9 millimeters of pure rhyme in these minds you'll find. We just get better with time. D stands for desire, cause that's what I set off. Desire to hear me deep, cause I get off.
T for you, my rhyme to you. We're here to get the party started, so move.
We're here to have fun and let go.
At the same time, crew,
We're running the show.
all we want you to do is get caught in the groove. So every guy, rapper, girl, and go
Real smooth.
Let's dance to the drummer's beat. Let's dance. Let's dance to the drummer's beat. Let's dance. Let's dance.
Funky Friday, baby. Here we go. Live right here on VoxWave.com. 9 a.m. You know what time it is. We make your body move. We make your body groove. We make your mind think. We make your body sink into your chair. If you're at work, we know you're doing the jerk. If you're standing up, we know you're doing the twerk. Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, fellas, you know what time it is. We crank the go-go. We crank the slow. We crank the jazz. We like the bobo. We crank it all here on the Peace in the Morning Show. Funky Friday, baby. That's how we do. You know what we do. We got the Queen, we got Delegate Daryl Bonds, we got Darius Stanton, and we got you on the Peace in the Morning Show. Funky Friday, baby. Come on, crank it up, Ron.
Wise man does not judge another man's mistakes, and a patient man, he is always willing to wait. Forbearance causes self-possession to work, and you know a kind man, he never knows how to hurt. Is the way that I live, and these are the things that I see. My mama, she told me, she said, blow by, blow by, blow by, got to blow by, blow by. A person who is charitable expresses a brotherly love, and devotion is a service to the Almighty One whom you love. With courage we can marshal our very own power, and with precision we become exact, more accurate by the hour. These are the virtues for you and for me. This is the way that I live, and these are the things that I see. My mama, she told me, she said, no, bye. No, bye.
right, break it on down, break it on down, break it on down. We are live. Good morning, Peace in the Morning. This is Darius A. Stanton of the Peace in the Morning Show.
Peace. I want to do like you.
You want to do like Peace in the Morning Show. There you go. We're on VoxWave.com. Give us a call at 240-719-2560. And if you can see, I am in between two beautiful queens on the Peace in the Morning Show, always starting with my mama. That's all right, because I always love my mama, because she's my favorite girl.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Mom, good morning, peace and love. It's a cute little sugar. That's right, that's right. And ladies and gentlemen, in the studio with us for the very first time, she might even bust a rhyme. But maybe not, you know, if it hits her, right? This queen is fresh back from Ghana, Africa?
Yes.
Wow. Miss Queen Alisa.
Ansylla.
Ansylla, lovely. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, my pleasure, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
So tell us about, who you are and where you're from and how you came to be all the things that you are. Natural hairstylist.
Yes.
Also, we're going to give ladies, fellas, anybody who's interested, she's going to provide at least five key tips for how women can become professional speakers, public speakers, all right? So she's going to help us to be able to speak more articulately, as my mother does every day. Don't you doubt that. Yes, indeed. She's working on something right now for me as we speak in her mind. But
both of us. Right.
But so tell us about your how you came to be who you are and your most recent trip.
Okay, absolutely. Again, thank you so much for having me. It's an
Lovely.
absolute pleasure to be here. Nice to meet you both. My name's Ansylla Ramsey. I was born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana. So I'm a Southern girl.
Okay.
And have lived in different parts of the country. Lived in Los Angeles, lived in Chicago. Just had a little bit of the moving bug for a while. But I've been in the D.C. area now for about 20 years.
Okay.
Wow.
So this is home officially.
You looking 20s plus, just a little over 20 right now. So that's
you.
Yes, ma'am.
Major cool points with that one.
We take the cool points. We need them.
So I guess the natural hair has been part of my life for the past 20 some odd years. I transitioned to natural hair back in 1997. And of course, as you guys know, that was a time where we didn't have the abundance of information that we have now. So I was kind of out there on my own trying to figure it all out. And in my endeavors to take care of my own hair, I wound up being a natural hair stylist because I was so passionate to help women of color see that there's nothing wrong with their hair. We have to stop buying into this fix-it concept. So that led me into a career in natural hair care. And in that journey as well, I had the opportunity to teach abroad. I've taught in London several times, taught in Paris, I've been to Spain. I've had students from all around the world. I've helped people on three continents start and maintain natural hair businesses. So that's something I'm very proud of.
Wow, let's give her a round of applause. And if I could say, so one of the reasons,
best friend.
so one of the reasons why that's so important, and one of our most recent trip to London with the Queen and I, let me put the Queen on this side, was to promote a play. A one-woman performance in London at the London Theatre that premiered there. And while we were there, we were visiting various folks, and there were 2 blocks in this black community. And in those 2 blocks were at least 7 or 8 wig and weave shops. And 85 to 90% of the women that we saw while we were there had wigs and weaves. These beautiful women that all wore somebody else's hair, and so as a matter of fact, it was so few people that we ran into, we started seeing people and thinking of just paying them, giving them money. They were like, why are you giving me? Because you have your own hair. Just to encourage people to be themselves, and so that is so prolific that you actually went to do that around the world. And, what a great movie that Black Panther was, because it helped us to love ourselves, right?
Absolutely. And that was so profound. That was one of the main things that stood out to me in the movie before all the blog comments and everything, was everyone there had their natural hair or a bald head. It was all about self-acceptance, self-love. We don't have to change who we are or mimic the beauty standards of others. We have our own beauty standards and stop buying into this one mold of what beautiful is, because it runs the gamut. I mean, and the saying goes, it's in the eye of the beholder.
And you know what? You're such a beautiful queen. I want to add to your project to talk about the multi-billion-dollar industry that false hair is, and how Brazil, Southeast Asia, Singapore, China, and Vietnam, Philippines have all started to send their children to private schools and get private jets on our money. That African women in Africa and the diaspora are buying into false hair wigs, weaves, extensions, false eyelashes, and also don't forget the false buttocks and breasts, and bleaching cream. So we've lost identity in a lot of areas. However, not just in Wakanda and Black Panther, there are also so many beautiful sisters around the world now who have already, from their parents, who have parents like myself, who groomed the natural thing from the very beginning.
Right.
They are now grooming other young girls in schools, and this is a time for a person like yourself to really flourish and grow and shine, because young girls are being intimidated in school and persecuted for having natural hair.
Absolutely.
Why? Because it doesn't cost as much money
Absolutely.
to maintain as a wig or a weave. And you're letting a system dictate to us that if we don't spend money to help these other people have flourishing lives, you're going to beat up our children and put them out of school.
Absolutely. I just made a Facebook post this week saying this is how they stay in your pocket. They've convinced us that everything about us is wrong. So we're constantly spending money on getting new hair, buying
To
hair,
make it right.
changing our hair, yes, to fit into these confines of what is considered acceptable. But you're so absolutely right. When you come to a place of this is me, love it or leave it, you know how much money I spend on shampoo? A bottle of shampoo lasts me for months and months and months.
Right.
But if I'm the person that's out here trying to mimic these images that I see on television or online, then I'm spending money every week looking for this magic potion in a bottle to make my kinky hair curly. Let's start there. Your hair is not curly, it's kinky.
Right.
Let's accept that first.
Which is really curly.
Yeah, it's just a tight curl.
It's really
just a
curly.
tight curl.
Kinks are curls.
Yes.
I have locks.
Kinks or curls?
Kinks are curls. Let's really straighten this out.
Break it on down.
I have a knotty head. They turned into a name called locks. It really is a knotty head. Someone else will call them dreadlocks. Okay? However, these are curls. They twist and curl. That's how they grow. That's what causes the kink. The minute you put a comb in that, it will break the hair, break the kink. So when you comb your hair out, you see loads of hair in the comb. You have broken the curls. Other people have to get their hair curled. Yours is born curly, knotty. You want the other kind of curl that comes from another kind of culture and a mix of cultures. Then you have to have that by nature. But when you bring yourself to buying chemicals and putting things in the hair that are causing cancers, tumors, brain damage, because it's going through the what? Pores. And let me ask you, beautiful queen, do you also talk to them about dyeing their hair?
Well, I personally don't offer that service. Well, when I had my salon, I didn't offer that service. But what I do tell people is there are natural alternatives to chemical hair color.
Right.
There are vegetable-based hair color options. So the main
I love your solutions-oriented way of, there are other ways of doing it naturally.
Exactly.
Be creative.
Absolutely. You don't always have to run to the local store and pick up what's $3.99. Yeah, it may cost you a little bit more, but when you think long-term, what's it going to do for my health? And that's why when I had my salon, I offered holistic hair care. It wasn't just about coming to get a style. We're going to talk about what's going on in your diet. Why do you have these patches in your hair that you're losing hair? Because it's more than just what's on the hair and scalp. What's going on inside? So we have to look at the whole person. So when you're thinking about the products you're choosing, I really like to educate consumers. Look at your ingredients. Don't just buy this because you saw it on the commercial, or because this girl, she's cute, so I'm gonna look like her when I use it.
Right.
No, you have to learn how to read your ingredients. This is what they count on. They count on you not turning that bottle over. They put the red, black, and green flag because we're gonna buy it.
The brand.
No,
Right.
you have to read. You have to take a minute and Google. Hey, what is this? If you don't know, we have
Well,
no
you
excuse.
can.
That's
exactly.
right.
You have
Do
no
do your
excuse.
homework.
Absolutely. So it's all about making wise choices.
So we're going to take a musical interlude and enjoy a little bit of groove on Funky Friday. When we come back, we want to know about the things that happen to women when they do put these various treatments in their hair, the receding hairlines, the worms, the parasites, and the other things that come to fruition as a result of constantly. And then we're doing that with our children, right? So when we come back, we are very fortunate to have Queen Ansylla in the studio, as well as Queen Ansylla on the Piece in the Morning Show. I'm Darius A. Stanton. It's Funky Friday, baby. Our brother Ron is ready to get down. You know how we groove. Uh-oh. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Break it on down. Ladies, gentlemen, brothers, sisters, queens, if you know what I mean. We're back live with the Piece of the Morning Show. This is Darius A. Stanton. I love saying we're back live. We're moving forward live on the Piece of the Morning Show. This is Darius A. Stanton with Queen Ansylla and Queen Ansylla Ramsey doing a beautiful job this morning. Thank you so much for being a part of our show.
Thank you so much.
Our program, as a matter of fact. Ron, thank you. Our engineer in the studio always does a phenomenal job. Listen, there's a brother in Baltimore City named Munir Bahar, and this brother started a tax business about 20 years ago. He decided, instead of having other people build and develop his community, in East Baltimore, he just created and is now building a school, a vocational school, inside of Baltimore. The Core Health Institute is his nonprofit, and he is creating this business to help young people in East Baltimore be able to start vocations, plumbing, carpentry, and the reason why, and other vocations. And the reason why that's so critical is because Baltimore City right now is going through a major rejuvenation, renovation. There are blocks and blocks and blocks of Baltimore City's homes that are in terrible condition, that are condemned, and you can buy property almost for $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 in some cases, and come in and renovate those properties. So who's going to actually do that work? Well, this brother, Munir Bahar, is pulling those folks together and teaching our young people in East Baltimore. So our hand goes out and a big round of applause. Who's starting to do work in his own community and building schools. Not talking about it, he's actually doing it. So before the break, we were talking about natural hair. And Ansylla has been around the world, or at least several parts of the world, teaching people how to start their natural hair business. And not only does she teach them how to start a business, but she teaches them something very basic. Read the labels and do the homework and the research, which my mother taught me a long time ago, is to be critical thinkers and find out. If you don't know what the word means, look it up. Do the research. Look at the causes, what the research says on both sides, so you can make an informed decision if you want to put something, a chemical in your head that goes where first? The brain. And then immediately to your heart, to your bloodstream. So think about it. So Ansylla, I asked the question before we went on the break about what transpires, what are some of the negative things that happen as a result of weaves, wigs, extensions, and other things, that braids that pull the hair so tight on the head. You know, what are some of those things that happen?
One of the main things that happens when you have a weave or extensions done too tightly is traction alopecia. It can cause hair loss because you're actually pulling that hair out from the root. Now, it's commonly believed that it's irreversible, but I believe that with the right natural approach, it can be addressed and helped. Those are some of the main things. The unfortunate thing is that there are just unscrupulous, two sides. There are unscrupulous stylists who don't educate themselves enough or have the commitment to their clients to do the service properly, because it can be done properly. And then you have clients who either don't listen to their stylists or don't educate themselves enough to understand proper care and maintenance. So it takes both, and I'm constantly telling clients, and I do fault a lot of stylists because there are a lot of people doing styling just too tightly, and that's for all styling, natural hair, relaxers, whatever. You have to be committed to giving quality service. But if you are a client and you're sitting in a chair and you're feeling pain, your body is telling you, hold on, there's a problem. And you're supposed to stop whatever is happening that's causing you pain. But unfortunately, clients sit there, they have a wedding to go to, or they're going out tonight. They don't think about, okay, this is really going to be a problem long term.
They're in there crying. I've seen it. Literally crying. And they're still letting the people, they're not even like a third finished, and they're crying.
Exactly.
And all this hasn't even been done.
Right.
And I just say,
And what about the children?
And
same thing.
How's that impacting children's hairs?
3 and 4 and 5 years old, they're doing
especially
that to
small
little
children. Yeah, putting the heavy
Disgraceful.
extensions. And in addition to the physical results, you have the emotional. I think that, and of course I'm not a therapist, but I really think that if you're a 3-year-old girl and you're putting fake hair on her head, what is that telling her? It's telling her from the beginning, I'm not enough. I'm not good enough.
What I have is
I
no
need
limit.
extra. So that is the part that bothers me more than anything. I did a natural hair show for children here in 2009, and a young lady in Paris, Samantha, she's one of my besties, she's done that same show in Paris for the past 7 years. So we really focus on educating parents about proper care for their children's hair, feeling that if they know what they can do, they won't resort to those more harmful options. So yeah, it's definitely taking a toll on our young people. There's no reason a child's going to kindergarten with thin hair.
Yeah.
You know, it's insane.
I'm just loving you so much. There's an African magazine, Femmes d'Afrique, and have met these people because they pursued me when I was in Africa and Morocco and Paris. They have a wonderful magazine. I would love to introduce them
absolutely.
To you.
Thank you.
I'm in that magazine, but what you're doing is for all of Africans across the globe. So to get in an African magazine that features you talking about this very essential topic, the two most important points you brought out is how we damage the mental, physical, and spiritual growth and development and well-being of our young girls by making them feel they're not worth enough, so their hair isn't good enough. They have to have that, making them now look down on other children who don't have that on their hair. You can't touch me. You're not my friend. You're ugly. You know, the Barbie doll kind of mentality. You're so right on point when you talk about the effect that it has. It's not just on the outside because of what's on the inside. Not eating foods that produce oxygen is one of the main reasons why people lose their hair. Not having seaweed, seafoods, spirulina, blue-green algae, dulse, kelp, not even having to eat fish. I'm just talking about sea elements and Irish moss, sea moss to help. These are things that put oxygen in the body, even vitamin A. So I can't applaud you enough and encourage you. Also, I would like to put you with other people who can't wait to learn and create natural beauty salons in Africa. I'm so happy to. I would love that. Oh my God. Yes.
Let's talk about the economic impact briefly, and then we're going to go on to your trip to Ghana.
Okay.
The economic impact with regards to hair. Okay. Chris Rock did the movie about hair, and he talked about the hundreds of millions. Is it 1 billion? Is it?
Yeah, it's over $1 billion.
It's way over $1 billion.
Dollar industry. And so picture if we take that $1 billion, right, and put that money in our pocket and invest that in our children's education, and invest that in our children's experience and exposure to travel the world. The amount of money that people spend at a sitting, one sitting.
Absolutely.
You know, the hair, then putting the hair into the head itself, that whole process, and the amount of time that you spend doing that as well. So you take the time, which is also part of your resources, and then you take the money as part of your resources, and you reinvest those two very valuable components back into your family's life and into your own life, your education, your business, you know.
Even your personal care, even buying quality food, buying quality products. That movie was very enlightening to me because I've been in my little natural hair bubble for years. So when Chris Rock's movie came out and they interviewed these women in the salon and they had been putting their weaves on layaway, I was like, whoa.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, I had no clue that was going on. And spending like $1,000. And these are women in underserviced neighborhoods who really didn't have an extra grand laying around to put on their head. So I'm like, if they could take that $1,000 that they're spending, even if they're doing it every 2 months, that's $6,000 a year that you can reinvest in your family, your home, being healthier, and again, going back to the time. That's one of the things that we address in my Stop the Lie event, the event I do for children, Stop the Lie, LYE. And,
That's beautiful.
Thank you. The time that you can spend with your baby girl doing her hair, it's bonding time.
Yeah.
You're showing her, okay, this is what you do.
This is the way.
Yes,
That's right.
I mean, this is how it's supposed to be.
You're parenting.
Right, absolutely.
You're teaching her how to become a good parent.
You're doing it on her, she's doing it on her baby doll. This is how we pass these skills on down to the next generation. So I'm with you 100%. That movie was just so enlightening to me because I did not realize people would spend that kind of money on hair.
So now let's take this trip over to Ghana.
Okay.
And what that What was your trip all about and your experience? Was that your first time in Ghana?
That was my first time in Ghana, my first time in Africa.
Oh, wow, that's
yes,
beautiful.
It was absolutely amazing. I went because I have several friends here who are native Ghanaians. And one of my good friends, Doreen, she set me up with her brothers. I was able to stay with her brother and his family. So I wasn't doing the tourist thing. I was with the people.
Right.
And I loved it. It was just such a great experience. Very, very comfortable home. I had my own room, my own bathroom. So I was like, living it up. She also made arrangements with one of her friends to tour me around. So he was awesome, a young man named Isaac, and he came, picked me up every morning. We went out, saw the city. We did all the tourist spots. We did Mercola Market, Kanishi Market. And we went, one weekend we went down to Takoradi, which is about a 4-hour drive from Accra. So it was just amazing how welcoming, everyone was. Akwaba, which of course is welcoming in Tree. Everyone was very welcoming, very friendly. Wanted to engage in conversation. And if you could speak 2 words of Tree, they were just thrilled. So they just really wanted to talk to me. And what I find interesting, it's so hard to put into words, but when I got there and I got off the plane, I felt like I was at home.
The spirit.
Yeah, it was just hard to explain. It's just like this, okay, yeah, this is where I'm supposed to be. It's really amazing.
I had a similar experience when I went to Cuba. I never had felt so much at home in just an environment. Almost instantaneously.
So many Africans there.
And because there are so many Africans there. So tell us what your perception of what Africa was going to be like based on living here in America was versus what it was actually like once you got there, because there's so many different images. I grew up watching Tarzan, and that was the initial onset from television. And unfortunately, I had a mother who taught me I was young, gifted, and black. So I knew
really
that.
going to sing next.
So I knew it was something different. But tell us what that perception was like versus the reality.
Well, the images are always showing parts of the country or parts of the continent that people are living in third world conditions, for lack of a better explanation. And of course, there are parts of the continent that are that way. But I think that my perception probably was a little bit not as affected because I have so many friends who are from Ghana. So I know what they lived like and how their residences were and things like that. So, but it's very, what's the word I want to say? It's not what you imagine it to be. Accra is a big city. We went to the mall. We went to the movies.
Right.
It's not like everyone's living in huts and things like that, like some people might imagine. So I felt very comfortable. I felt very at home. And to be honest with you, I felt very safe. We were out all times of the night. I didn't feel like I was in any danger whatsoever. I didn't see any crime, violence, anything like that. So, it wasn't what I'm sure a lot of people think it is going to be. And that said, because I had such a wonderful experience and because it was so enriching to me, I'm working with a man who does travel, and I want to get a group together. We're planning to get a group to go at the end of February for a week.
Oh, wonderful.
February of 2019?
2019, yes.
Well, can we partnership and the Peace in the Morning show help to take this journey?
Absolutely.
I'm so proud of Darius locating you, having this connection, and bringing you.
She's proud of me. Oh my goodness.
Because, you see, I'm ignoring you. Because we need you. This is valuable. It's invaluable. And I'm happy to know that you felt the welcoming feeling in Ghana. I feel like we should, those of us who love culture, not everybody is going to go with what I'm saying.
Right.
But those of us who love ourselves, our culture, people who look like us, who appreciate, love us, who love riding the horse on the beach every day,
Yes.
who love seeing sun up, sunrise, sunset, sundown, sleeping on the beach till 12 and 1 o'clock in the morning. I think you should move to Africa. I think you should relocate, stop all the negativity. Take your brilliance. They need us. We need them, and we need the good food. Go to countries where GMO is not already growing, where they don't have planes smashing and spitting chemtrails and poison chemicals rain down on us. Africa for Africans, ASAP.
All right, and you heard it from the Queen. As a matter of fact, we're going to hear from the Queen very shortly after we hear one of her songs that are going to be played, and as we get ready for holistic sexual healing and family lifestyles. And listen, stay tuned. Brothers, sisters, send out, share this message, put people on www.boxwave.com. Let them know, text them, share, email, do whatever you can, because at the end of the hour, we're going to close out with the 5 tips to become a public speaker for females. My sisters who want to take their business, their career to another level. Let's take it away. Here we go with one of Queen's songs. Ladies and gentlemen, Peace in the Morning with Darius A. Stanton. Queen Ansylla, baby. Ansylla.
Sure, it is your own right, trying to convince yourself of who you really are. Build yourself an insight, using it with all your might. Then you realize you fly amongst the stars.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Peace in the Morning Show. This is Darius A. Stanton in between the two queens, if you know what I mean, right here on the scene. Ladies and gentlemen, now it is time for holistic sexual healing and family lifestyles by produced none other than the queen herself, Queen Ansylla.
Oh, peace and love. Funky Friday!
Shake it, shake it.
Shake it, break it, knock it down. Don't forget, girls, bumping it.
Work
a lot
it,
of y'all
work
have
it.
forgotten to bump it. I can't do it because I have my microphone on, and the engineer is very strict about motion, cameras. But don't forget you have to work it, run in place. You know, shake it to the front, shake it to the side, turn around, shake it to the back, shake it all the way around. And most often, if you have a mate, make sure you shake it just as they approach the door. Ready? You could be just reading. Ah, they come. Start shaking it. You're doing your laundry. You see that car pull up? Ah! Run in the house. Put on your tight stuff. Shake it. Start shaking it. Get things set. He's upset. You even washed his shirt and got some red stuff on it or blue stuff that somebody saw on the job. He is coming home to give it to you. He is so upset. that you ruined his shirt. But when you see him come to that door, you get on that shake it outfit. He forgot that you messed up his shirt because you shaking it. And that brings joy. That's what I want to talk about. Bring joy into the home with exercise. Sexercise, exercises for love. All exercise don't mean sexercise, but all sexercise do require good exercises.
Work it.
Okay? Legs, arms, shoulders, shoulder blades, neck, head, everything. So, what can you do? You can eat right. What do I mean by eat right? Not late at night. For those of you who are eating all the wrong things, please stop, at least stop eating all the wrong things late at night. Get rid of all the cookies on the side of the bed, in that drawer, the cookies, the chips, oh my God, donuts. Oh my God, look at that. Some of the stuff is molded. Look at that lady's spit. Oh my God. Go to some of your girlfriends' houses, run in their bedrooms real fast, and look in their nightstand. They're going to be so embarrassed. Hurry up, open the drawer. Cookies, candies, crumbs, roaches. I'm just giving you an idea of how bad it is to carry food to bed at night. Get off of it. Also, donuts. Donuts, a lot of them, those glazed donuts, all that sugar, all that yeast, cancer producing. Look it up. Candy, get rid of the candy. If you're interested and you want 149 reasons not to eat sugar, just write Darius on Facebook and say, let Queen know we want the 149 reasons not to eat sugar. There should be a sign on sugar that says sugar kills.
There should be a sign on sugar that says rats don't eat me.
Rats don't eat me and sugar kills. It discombobulates the child's mind because that's what it does to a rat. It makes them crazy in the cage like this. And when you give it to your little children, that's just how they start. Mama want this, Mama want that. I gotta go here, gotta go there. I need this. Shut up, you make me sick. All in the store. You can't control your children. You got them on sugar. And they're in there fighting for sugar. They're pulling your clothes down. They're pulling the shelves down. They want that candy. It's a drug like cocaine.
And so no wonder
why
people are why they're diagnosing children with ADHD and all these other.
Because they're putting these things in the food so that your children can eat them, so they can have these sicknesses. So they'll be forced to go to the doctors to get medicines. However, if you have any real educational gravity, something that pulls you into learning, you will recognize that these foods are contaminating your children's brains. People who never fuss are arguing. And when you stop eating those poisons, you stop fussing. You stop arguing. You stop cussing. You stop breaking every glass in the kitchen cabinet. You stop slamming all the doors. I mean, I go to people's home, they kick the door open, the bathroom door got a big hole in it, wall got a big hole in it. There's a man in there fighting a woman he can't get to her. He punching a hole through the door. Sugar. Extreme sugar. Candy bars. Sugar cereals. You keep buying that for your children. All those Nestle products, all those products that are causing havoc in the house are right on the store in the name of cereal, chocolates, candies, sodas, sugar drinks, Pepsi, Coke, all of that. No good for your children. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. Do some homework, as Darius is always constantly ensuring you to do the homework. Remember to eat right. I want to give you a book, please. It's called by Dr. Richard Schulze, S-C-H-U-L-Z-E, Schulze. It's a patient handbook for herbal formulas. It is so specific and to the point. You should get it, you should read it, learn it, and share it. Foundational programs, herbal formula, therapeutic benefits, and specific doses. So most books don't really tell you how to mix the herbs, how to really create the formula. However, this book, Dr. Schulze is doing that. And he's certified, overqualified. Get the book, learn how to help yourself, naturally. Exercise, clean out the blood, the bowels, so you can have good bowel movements. Don't forget tissue cleansing through bowel management. 3 normal bowel movements a day. That's normal. Colorful stool to match what you've been eating. If you're constantly having black stool and it's very hard, you're not well, you need a cleanser. Drinking ginger, celery, and cucumber every morning can help you. Take the aloe gel from the aloe plant, scrape it out, mix it with ginger, put it in the blender. You can add a little juice, grape juice or lemon juice, whatever you fancy. Drink it. Clean yourself up. Aloe and pineapple. Whole aloe juice with the skin, just cut off the pointed edges. Scrub it very carefully. Cut off the tip of the pineapple and the end of the pineapple. Chop it up, put that and the aloe together in the juicer, drink it. You'll start looking just like me. Peace in the morning show. I'm Queen Aya Sudabet, Aya Fire. Keep it live. Exercise. Exercises for love. Thanks.
I know that's right. Let's give it up for the Queen. If you know what I mean. Right here on the scene. Queen, thank you so much for sharing those beautiful holistic sexual healing and family lifestyle tips. We're going to crank it a little bit more. And when we come back, we'll have the 5 tips of public speaking for women that Ansylla trains people on and helps them to become more confident in promoting and projecting themselves in front of people. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with the Peace in the Morning show live right here. Give us a call at 240-719-2560 if you'd like to win some tickets to the Family Fun Festival, Family and Friends Festival, the Wine and Spirit Soul Festival, and the Summer Soul Jam.
I gotta get a ticket for everything, so I'm not coming here next week. I'm calling in.
Uh-oh. Man, let me button up, tighten up in here real quick.
Don't drop the bomb, don't drop the bomb.
Come on, hook it up, hook it up, hook it up. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back right here live at VoxWave.com. Give us a call at 240-719-2560 and win tickets to the Spirit Wine Festival. Ladies and gentlemen, come on out and be a part of the Peace in the Morning show, because we're going to be there July 21st at the Anne Arundel County Fairgrounds, and you want to be there as well. But in the studio today, we have two beautiful queens, Queen Ansylla and Queen Ansylla. There you go, Ansylla.
So nice.
So we were talking this morning, we've already talked about natural hair care and why it's important for you to love yourself some more and wear your own hair. But in addition to doing that, to make sure that you treat your children with the same love and energy. Do your own children's hair so that you can bond and have your children understand the importance of why you need to take care of your hair, how you need to keep yourself up as a woman, and all those things, and the relationship and the bonding time that you can gain. Plus, put that money in your pocket, put it towards your child's education, your health, your own business, traveling.
Yeah, good trips, good quality trips with the family.
So that's what you can do with that money. That's thousands of dollars that you're spending on hair to people who don't even give money back to our communities.
Who don't even speak to you and won't hire you. They won't hire you on a job.
Some may hire you, but that's only because I've seen some in the store right next to an old studio. But the point is that you need to spend money with people who are going to spend money in your community, period. In addition to that, we talked about taking the beautiful trip that this sister did to Africa and the perceptions of Africa that we see here in America versus what it really looks like in so many cases, and the beauty of it in Ghana. And last but not least, we're going to have from Queen Ansylla 5 tips for becoming a public speaker. Now, these are designed for women. However, I'm sure there's some things that our brothers can take. And brothers, if you have sisters that you have sisters, mothers, aunts, queens, or really good friends, share the show with them right now, send it to them, and let them know that you have somebody that's going to teach them how to become a public speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, Queen Ansylla, share that with us, please.
Thank you so much. I am a Woman Speak Circle leader. Woman Speak is a program that has been designed to help women speak, to find their place, to find their thought, their voice in real authenticity. So it's a 16-month program that you can join anytime. I have my circle here in Atlanta, Maryland. So what Woman Speak does is it helps women to have the tools, but also the mindset to know how to convey their message carefully, thoroughly, and so that it's easily received. It's not even just about public speaking, it's about being an effective communicator. So just 5 things real quick that we do accomplish in our Woman Speak circles. The first thing we focus on is having exercises before getting on stage to release that nervous energy. So that helps you to calm down and to be ready to give your message to your audience. Another ritual that we have is to make the speaker stand tall and feel confident. So it's we have 3 different things that we do to make that happen, to make the speaker ready to present. And a very important part of being an effective speaker is a confident stance, a confident and comfortable stance. So that's another thing that we cover in our program. We address breathing before you speak, breathing while you speak, as well as, like I said, being prepared to present so that you're speaking from a place that you are comfortable with, that you're not feeling forced to fit into a certain style of speaking, but you're speaking from a place of authenticity. So those are the 5 things that we do cover, 5 of the many things we do cover in our Woman Speak circles. We have an intro hour scheduled for April 25th at 6 p.m. where anyone can come by our Lanham location. We do just kind of a taste of what the Woman Speak program is about, and all the information can be found on womanspeak.com/Ansylla. And if anyone has any questions, they can always send me an email or give me a call.
Can you give us that address again, that email, so they can get all the ways that people can contact you and follow
look right
you?
at there.
Okay, okay. For the speaking program, the public speaking program, it's womanspeak.com/Ansylla. If you want to send me an email, it's Ansylla.speaks@gmail.com. And those are the 2 main things.
Okay.
I have a website, Ansylla.com. It's under construction, but that's an easy way to reach me too. You can still send me messages through that as well. ANSYLLA.com.
Thank you, Ansylla.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
We are so excited about having you join us. Thank you all for being with us today on the Peace in the Morning show. Thank you for taking that Wakanda Forever journey that we visited. And we are so excited because next week it's going to be a very powerful show. We're celebrating the birth of my mother's baby, boy. Don't you know we're going to be up in this big flick show? Hey, look, we're going to crank it. If you want to come live and be a part of the show here, give us a call, 240-719-2560. But we are going to have a funky good time right
gonna
here
be 12.
on the Peace in the Morning show.
Terry's going to be 12,
That's
and I'm
right.
going to do the last poem on the show on quiet events. I'm stealing this from my son. Now, the children asked me to come on the show and say this for all of them today. And that's why I'm doing it. Called the Children's Song. And it's like this. When I go to bed at night, I get in bed, turn off my light, reach out for my soft pillow, bury my head real low, and sleep. Sometimes I think I have a dream. At least that is the way it seems. I dream of things never before. Stop, Marsha. And in my clinic, am out. In my dreams, walk out the door and sleep. When I awake, I wonder where I am and out. Stop to stare, just to realize it was a dream in twilight. It was a twilight zone. And Marsha was fooling me. And then I went to bed. Now. And then the last one, the children's song. I hear laughter, little feet they patter, knowing not the matter, war. We love smiles, all things worthwhile, even in a little child we never saw before. Where did we get those silly twisted minds? How did we create such a thing as hate? Evil spying all the time. Get out of there, evil. Nature keeps on calling, changing sun brings falling, just to make us aware. If we don't love more and more, if we don't look behind the door, soon guess what? We won't be here. Can't you wait? Can't you wait? Or is your money moving that bad? Don't you feel when it's real, it's real? Things that had to happen, had. We love children, millions and zillions. Hear their little voices crying, please, and their hands are singing. We want to live. We got so much to give. Hey, grown-ups, around. Won't you give us a chance? The children's song. Thanks, everybody, on the Peace in the Morning show. Ooh, I'm gonna have it.
All right, did you see the Queen? Thank you, man. That was so beautiful as we get ready to go into the solar return, the birthday week of the baby boy.
Darius.
That's right, the firstborn of Lamb Johnson and first grandson and all of that good stuff.
First great-grandson of
First
great-grams.
great-grandson.
Great-grams and first
So we are
great-great-grandson.
really excited about that. God has blessed us to see another year. So we thank him for his goodness and his mercy. We thank God for bringing us here today. And as we pull the peaceful moment together to conclude our show, we just want to say we are praying for those who need prayer, which is all of us. Use that prayer. Use your power. We have the power. We have the power to do whatever it is that we believe in our heart, minds, and souls that has to be done. See it, speak it into existence, bring it into fruition, make these things happen, make them appear, make them become alive, because you have it inside your mind,
You have the power.
in your heart,
Yes.
in your soul.
Yes.
And I got a chance today to meet a brother who I am very, 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 very supportive of. His name is Dr. Freeman Habrowski. And I want you to look him up because he ought to be a household name. He has helped Habrowski. He has helped to graduate more African American doctors, scientists, engineers, and mathematicians than any other school in America. He is the president of the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, which is the honors college, meaning the top academic college in the Maryland public school higher education system. Ranked number 7th ranked president in the country for a number of years. And what he told a group of school counselors at a conference this morning was, I want you to, after his team, which was the number 16th ranked that beat the number 1 team, Virginia, in the NCAA tournament, the greatest sports upset in history. He said, I told my players and I told the presidents who were around me the day before it happened, They're going to give everything they have. They're going to give their all. And that's what we have to put into the things that we believe in, giving our all. But he said, it's one word that I want you to use when you go work with your students, when you go encourage them to do their best. And he said that word is grit. And grit basically means give everything that you've got. Give everything that you've got to what you know is positive, loving, and true. And you can watch the world turn before your very eyes. And all those images that you see that are negative will disappear and start to fade away. They'll start to break down. They'll start to collapse. Because the grit and the energy and the confidence that you know exists in a beautiful, bold world is right inside your mind. Let it shine like we do on the Peace in the Morning Show. This is Darius A. Stanton, the Queen Ansylla, Queen Ansylla, our producer Ron, and our good brother Delegate Daryl Barnes, who will be with us soon, coming back off the hill. That's right. It's the Solar Return Show next weekend. You don't want to miss it. Right here on the Peace in the Morning Show. Morocco, Zambia, Ghana, we're on our way. It's about that time. Get busy, baby. You know we love it. We need you. That's right. It's time. Here we go. Check out DC Nightlife. You want to check out DC Nightlife, go to their website, DC Nightlife. See all the events that they got coming up. Jan Lee, our social media director. Jonathan Pope, our new and soon coming podcast. Look for us soon. This is the Peace in the Morning Show. Darius A. Stanton. Peace in the morning, baby.
Until East Sailor Red walks in the GQ, but that's not